No. Yeah, of course, man.
I'm blown away. Are you leaving?
Puke?
Hey, I don't know, man.
That's
He
a lot.
had a rough day.
That's
Yo.
not good. Hopefully he gets to
I
the
think we're
bathroom.
live, right?
He had the
Yeah.
epidural and the
Let's
baby
not do a
didn't.
full 5 minutes tonight. Let's
Yeah,
just do
let's-
2 minutes. We're going at 3 minutes, people.
How about one?
One?
Oh, we got to share it. Hang on.
Yeah, we got to share it. You know, I'm a faithful sharer.
Yeah.
I can't share. Oh, no, I can't. I have to use my iPad.
Somebody's volume's up. Brett.
Volume is up.
I don't know. I heard something talking.
Okay.
Podcast editors. There's a live going on right now on Facebook of something else.
I don't see it.
Yeah, it popped up on YouTube. It's just not popped up on. There it is. It's here.
That's from a movie, right?
Poultry guys.
Those things are creepy.
They're here.
Chris.
Chris Jackson already jumping in? He's
Yeah.
like, I've been waiting on you guys. Sorry about that, Chris. We do better, Will. We will do better.
Shared it.
Way to go, man. There's
Much
somebody
easier.
watching on YouTube already.
Much easier to share it on the iPad than an actual computer. Isn't that weird?
No, it's just a bigger screen.
Yeah, and a keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. We have 40 seconds, and we're rolling with this thing.
Well, I'm sharing from all the other things. All right.
Oh, Brett, did you share?
Did you throw
I'm
up?
trying.
Yes. You good?
Felt like you were going to.
Good, bud? What, iPhone? I got you. Dude, I don't know if Apple's made anything as good in the last 5 years as these fast chargers.
They're super
Yeah,
fast.
it'll charge your phone in like 20 minutes, 10 seconds. 9, 8,
20 minutes or 10 seconds?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Oh, we starting?
Yeah. All right, everybody shut up. It's time for the game.
That blows my mind. What'd he say?
He gave my address out on Facebook.
Did he dox you? I don't know. Jesus is coming.
If you say another word, you're out of here. And I was like, yeah, well, you're terrible. So
You think you could kill that cat barehanded if it came at you?
No.
Oh, I think yes.
And this is Podbless.
Yo,
It was so much better than I expected.
what's up?
It's a new intro, everybody. How you liking it?
Hot off the presses too.
Joey,
I might
they
add.
want to see us.
Who
Oh,
wants
yeah.
to see us?
Nobody
Oh
can.
yeah, sorry.
Everyone.
Hey guys, don't know why anybody would want to see us, but whatever.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey,
Do you like the new intro, Chris?
yeah, we made it for you.
It's just for you, pal.
Hot off the presses.
Hopefully you found it
It's
humorous.
fresh to death.
Hubris?
Hu-
Humorous?
no, hubris is something different.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it though? Is it bad? Because I didn't mean to say something bad.
hubris is like pride that you can't see that you have.
Oh, I thought it was like a bone or
Right?
something.
Isn't that what that
It's
is?
humorous.
That's your funny bone.
Wait, what other words sound like? Oh,
I'm stupid. All right.
I have to look up the definition of hubris now to see if I'm dumb or if my own hubris got a hold of me. Excessive pride or self-confidence. So the way I feel about fighting wild animals and Clay.
Is Clay here?
Oh, he will be. Unless he's scared.
Like literally outside the window.
Knocks on the...
No shirt on in 20-degree weather.
He's gonna Joe Mixon you.
Whoa, fresh. That's a little fresh, man.
Too soon.
Some people might not know about that. Spoiler alert.
I don't know who he is. So
Really?
is he a Bengals player?
Yeah.
I just assumed.
See, you knew.
No, I didn't.
You
I
knew.
just heard you guys talking about it for an
Josh.
hour, and that's all I pulled.
Playing the naive card.
Playing the I don't know sports nonsense.
You mean,
Right.
hey, Mom, what's up? Mom's commenting from YouTube.
Hey.
So I've got something I want to talk about for our intro here.
Oh, okay.
You muted yourself?
I didn't mean to hit that button. Go ahead.
So Bluey, for those of you in the room that have children, know what Bluey is, correct?
Yes,
The
consumed quite a bit.
Australian cartoon of
Yeah.
the Blue Heelers.
Makes me cry more than I'd like to admit it.
Well, let me get into it.
Oh, is that what we're gonna let? I have stuff on this,
dude.
yeah.
So anyway,
The chess one. Did you watch the chess one?
I've watched all of them, Joey, several times.
Yeah, me too.
I've watched some you haven't seen.
Floyd, you saw the Australian ones they haven't released yet?
They will never release them.
How did you see them?
So this is what I'm getting to. Bluey is a cartoon for kids. It's on Disney Plus.
They're blue healers.
But it's out of Australia, so it's from the BBC.
Yes.
Like the BBC airs it normally. But you can watch it on Disney Plus. It's 3 seasons. Each episode's like 8 minutes long, super short. But they pump so much into an 8-minute episode.
People have called it secular VeggieTales.
Yeah.
So it's VeggieTales without them talking about Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, it's well, and it's fun because an adult can sit there because it's so relatable if you have children that you're just like, I can watch this and not be totally annoyed because it's made for me too.
And it teaches amazing points.
Yeah.
and
So
life
anyway, Disney has edited a lot of the episodes. So season 1, it had a couple of edits where they switched the episodes to different places
Or they took some things
compared
out.
to the Australian version, and then. Season 2 is when they started taking stuff out, little things about poop,
Yeah, I remember that
poop
one.
jokes and stuff like that. They kind of just cut those out.
Because kids can't make poop jokes.
Well, and some of the adult conversation in there that they don't say, like 2 dads were talking about getting a vasectomy, but they didn't say that, and it was just 2 dads like, she wants to keep her options open, but do we really want more of these running around? They cut that out and turned it into something else.
There's a pseudo reference to a miscarriage
Yep.
in one of them where a balloon pops, right? That they're
Yeah, the
there's
kids
a lot
pretended to be pregnant. The balloon popped, and the mom and dad like held each other's hand and looked at each other because they were like, "Oh yeah, we lost a kid." They didn't say it, but you read into it, and you're like, "Oh, I know, I feel that."
Yeah.
Well, season 3 just came out this past year, and everybody was super excited. The pandemic really held it up.
half of it, right?
3/4.
Okay.
So out of the 50 episodes, 10 of the episodes were totally taken out. And if you have a thing where you can, or what is it called?
Jailbreak,
Not a jailbreak or like
theft,
where you can make your IP address somewhere else.
crime.
Whatever. Anyway, so I got to watch all the episodes from Australia.
VPN.
Yeah, VPN. That's what I
Noah,
was looking for.
assist from Noah.
If you have a VPN, you can put that you're watching from somewhere else, and you'll get the other episodes.
You've seen them?
Yeah, I've watched them all. I've been watching them today.
How
even.
good are they?
They are so good.
Why aren't they here?
Because Disney's like, oh, that's too inappropriate.
What's the most inappropriate
They're
thing?
not
from
even
them?
inappropriate. That's like I said, poop jokes, talking about real life things.
Yeah.
It's like somebody not being able to have a kid. I was like, that's not even that. Like you have to read into that. They don't say it.
Yeah, when they're highlighting these things, they're very, very. They're not heavy-handed with them.
Right.
They're very well woven.
So I want to start doing. There's some comments coming in. Hey Floyd,
Yo, Rosemary,
but I want to start like a petition to be like, give everybody.
I'll sign it.
It's like they feel that America is too soft to handle these real topics or something.
Didn't Disney make a movie about a girl that started her period?
Yeah,
I think they made an entire. Was that just one movie?
it's
or was
a
that
movie.
yeah.
It's just a movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So I guess they get to determine what is appropriate for us.
It's called Turning Red. Yeah.
Heyo.
but there's
It
even,
is odd for Disney to be the moral police.
Well, it's weird that they cut out like the poop jokes because
They're hilarious?
There's a show they made about skunks farting on each other. And
Disney?
yeah.
I haven't seen this.
Yeah, there's a Disney show about skunks
What's it
farting
called?
on each other. I'll have to look it
Skunk
up.
butt.
today.
skunk farting.
Skunk butt.
Skunk butt.
Chris
No.
Jackson signed it. My sister will sign it.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah.
They're
Let's get
so
this rolling.
good. There's nothing horrible about them. It even makes it more relatable to adults.
Yeah.
To like, and
You can find the sign-up sheet on our OnlyFans account.
there we go. That's what we'll do. We'll start a OnlyFans.
The show is great at like you're watching it and you're like, oh, that's funny. And then they hit you with the moral and you're crying.
Oh man, I watching the episodes that haven't aired. I cried today,
Yeah. Like they
good.
hit you right in the feels.
and they're still cute and funny
Yes.
with the kids being silly.
The chess one wrecked me.
Yeah. So anyway,
Whatever.
One of the episodes they cut was called Dad Baby, where they found the old like caboose or babushka that
Like
you can carry the kid in.
Yeah.
And one of the kids got in it and pretended that he was pregnant, so he went around all day being a pregnant dad and like gave birth to the kid that fell out of the bottom or whatever. And so yeah, they totally cut that episode.
Yeah.
Which I thought they were woke enough that would be like, oh yeah, let's have that.
Rosemary needs more stickers, she said.
Oh, you need more stickers?
Yeah. Coasters?
Yeah, we might be making some coasters.
Yeah.
got some things in the works, maybe.
So go watch some Bluey.
I hope you guys caught the beginning of the show. If you didn't, when this is
You
done,
want me to play it again?
no,
You sure?
don't play it
Okay.
again. We have a new intro, and it's pretty dope.
You have
And
to
we're
listen.
We're
next
gonna
week.
work on it, make it a little nicer.
Tweaks,
but it
little
was
tweaks
pretty.
and twerks.
I think
Not
it was good.
twerks, but definitely tweaks.
Yeah, there might
Joey was twerking.
That's not true. I don't have that kind of
Whistle.
dexterity.
be whistle while you twerk. That's a rap song, I think.
I have no butt.
That is true. You do not.
Yeah, we learned from the twerking.
Like bones rattling on a skeleton.
It's like taking a sheet of aluminum and just shaking it back and forth.
I thought it was a Halloween episode.
Oh my
Just a
goodness!
skeleton.
You guys hear the bones? Is he okay? Oh,
Anyway, but yeah, that was my rant about Bluey. I love that show. It's pretty cool.
me too. You ready to roll?
I guess, yeah.
Ready to get your ear holes blessed? Take it away, Josh.
Could have made that into a whole segment, I guess. What's everybody saying in the comments here? I'm gonna. You're the worst.
He's watching an episode of Blue. He's crying.
Seriously, come on, man. You watch it, you'll cry.
Just moving the volume up and down and trying to not shake.
Just don't want anybody to hear me.
So, happy Groundhog's Day, everybody. If you're out there watching, it is February the 2nd. Punxsutawney. Punxsutawney Phil
spelled with lots of extra letters.
saw his shadow in the year of our Lord 2023. And we are supposed to have 6 more weeks of winter. Go ahead, Joey.
Did you watch at all today?
Kelly watched it.
Okay, I watched it. Have you seen I have a theory about this,
Okay.
and I would wait. You go first.
Because the
I wanna see
government's
what you
controlling
have
the
to
weather.
say. Cloud seeding? What? No, you go ahead, but I have some serious feelings about this.
Chemtrails. So anyway, that brought up my subject today of how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck was Punxsutawney Phil.
Okay.
It's a long title. I'm working on it. Got the TM on it. So it made me look up facts about groundhogs,
Oh,
which when I say woodchucks, you'll find out some information that they're actually woodchucks themselves.
whoa. Chris Jackson throwing out some accusations here. He's only right 39% of the time.
Well, that's just facts.
Well, that's good.
That's better than most meteorologists.
Twoo. Yeah, if they didn't have it at 6 weeks and stuff like that, they're like, 6 more weeks. Like, that's a weird number to throw
Also,
around.
winter ends the same time every year, officially.
Yeah,
But whatever.
They do Groundhog's Day 6 weeks before it starts to turn spring.
Yeah.
So you can be like, oh, winter's ending in
I can't talk about it yet, Rosemary, but once I get emotionally set, I'll next week maybe I'll be ready.
So anyway, I went online. I looked up a few things. I was looking at National Geographic, and I also went over to good.net. Fun facts about Groundhog's Day that will
.net.
brighten your Groundhog's Day.
Hey,
Sorry, my internet's being silly.
I found out their lifespan. Is that one of your things?
No.
They only
What
live
is-
for 3 years.
3 years?
That's what it said, average.
They sleep the majority of their life then.
Yeah, that can't be true. But
They're one of the actual hibernators. Like, you know how growing up, everybody was always like bears hibernate, and you're like, oh, they go to bed and wake up in spring.
are you telling me bears don't hibernate right now?
Bears do not go to sleep and wake up in spring.
You stop it.
They
No,
don't.
I don't believe you.
Winnie the Pooh does.
Oh,
Yeah,
Winnie the Pooh.
yeah.
He does
Can-
it in the springtime too.
Hey, can you source that argument for me? I'd like to see some sources here.
Yeah, all the things we thought as a kid was a lie. They actually sleep a lot, but they still get up and do stuff. Anyway,
Do they? Well, okay. Sorry.
the celebrity groundhog, Phil, emerges from its burrow on February 2nd. A weather prediction is sure to follow. If the groundhog in Pennsylvania, Staten Island, or other numerous places around the U.S. sees its shadow, then 6 more weeks of winter will follow. And if the groundhog doesn't see its shadow, then spring is just around the corner. So, the first Groundhog's Day that ever took place in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, the first official Groundhog Day took place in 1887.
Huh.
So the first celebration of it. It's actually a holiday that was celebrated between winter solstice, kind of like how Christmas was a winter solstice celebration and stuff like that. It was the brainchild of a local newspaper editor who convinced businessmen to join the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club. The group walked to a site called Gobbler's Knob,
Yep, Gobbler's Knob.
where the awakened groundhog saw its shadow. So that's where it was starting off in 1887. It was all a publicity thing to get people to go to their town. But
And it worked.
yeah, it's worked ever since. Yeah. That's one thing to be proud of, I guess.
If you're from
Punxsutawney.
Puxatawny, then
Right.
maybe that's all there is.
Now, one of the bigger things that made it so celebrated is the movie Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray that aired in 1993.
Have not seen it.
I say I'm not surprised, but I'm very disappointed. That's
Don't hurt me.
I'm hurt inside that you've never seen that.
I have not.
Cult classic. It happens over and over and over.
I know the plot.
No, I mean every Groundhog's Day.
Yeah, he gets trapped in a time loop, right? But like,
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Even people use it in other movies.
I have seen Bears, if that's a movie I'm thinking of that Chris Jackson just talked about.
Bad
Bears?
news, Bears.
I have not seen that.
There's two different
What?
versions. There's an old one and a new one.
Seen neither.
Okay, so here's some other facts, I guess. Groundhogs are related to what animal do you think they're related
Squirrels. Beavers.
Chipmunk.
I accept chipmunk as well.
to? All three are right.
Hey.
Squirrels are their closest related relative. Groundhogs are large rodents that are one of the 14 species of marmot, otherwise known as ground squirrels. So you see all the little
Hey.
tiny ground squirrels around. According to the Live Science article, these small furry animals have long tails just like other squirrels, but they stay underground in burrows and not in trees.
Joe Burrow.
But apparently they have like some of the biggest burrows, like because a lot of animals tend to make smaller burrows that
They
are just
live in
down
mansions?
further. Yeah, they have like some of the nicest homes they've made underground. and
This
stuff.
is the library. The study.
Another interesting fact about these marmots is not varmints, marmots. They are very antisocial. They tend to only get out and find their other species when it's mating season.
And so we decide to take one and put it in front of a ton of people.
Right, so that's why he runs back in because he's scared.
Yeah. Chris Jackson says the only year they skipped Groundhog Day was World War II.
Wow, I
Which
wonder why.
which year though?
Why did they
Wow.
skip it?
Wilson's here.
All the women were afraid to grab it that weren't in war. Because all the men were at
Oh,
war.
I
So
get
there's a bunch
it.
of women
Sorry,
were
it
like,
took
I'm
me
not
a
going to touch
second.
the marmot. The marmot? Sorry.
Yeah, they'll go make bombs in a factory, but they won't touch the.
No, they were tough back then.
Yeah, we can do it. Rosie the
We
Riveter.
don't want more winners, spank it. The marmot. Anyway, Chuck is the most accurate weather predictor. So there's a groundhog named Chuck that is.
Well, probably
in the
not anymore.
Well, he's in the Staten Island Zoo.
He was.
And he was an 85% accuracy rate over his lifespan.
Oh, Chuck.
Yep.
Good
Kinda
luck,
lucky.
Chuck.
All right.
Punxsutawney Phil has less than 50%, which we found out was 39%.
Yeah, that's way. That's a nice way to say 39%. By the way, less than 50. That is more than generous.
So the holiday roots of this all came from Germany.
That makes sense,
Being
actually.
from Cincinnati area here,
makes
the
sense.
German style town. The roots of the U.S. tradition came from Germany immigrants reported in history. It began as a pagan festival that fell between winter solstice and the spring equinox and celebrated the beginning of spring. This later morphed into
Puxtawny Phil.
candleums and the belief that if the holiday fell on a sunny day, there would be another 40 days of winter. Germans put their own spin on it and pronounced the day as sunny only if small woodland animals saw their shadows.
Yeah, I like Groundhog's Day better.
Yeah, it's a little less wordy.
And you thought your segment title was wordy.
Groundhogs are also known as woodchucks.
Yes.
So that's where I got my title of how much wood could a woodchuck
The
chuck?
answer is none, by the way.
Oh, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Yeah, the answer is
Gotcha.
none.
Groundhogs are also called woodchucks according to the Live Science articles, as in how much wood can a woodchuck chuck. While groundhogs dig, they are not known actually to chuck wood. So that's more of a beaver's thing. Woodchucks don't actually.
What's the
chuck
one?
wood.
What was the one commercial with the woodchucks? With the woodchucks, isn't that a commercial? That was really funny.
Probably. I
Yes,
could assume.
it was a Geico commercial, and I can't remember it.
Yeah, it was.
So-
funny.
Yeah, they had a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
PETA and other animal activists have tried to get people to use a robot woodchuck or a robot groundhog.
Can we start an activist group that goes against PETA?
I think there is. It's called Everybody.
Yeah, I think those already
It's called the
exist.
United States.
Yeah.
They build really impressive homes. And they are one of the actual hibernators. They actually do go to sleep and sleep until spring.
I'm still having trouble accepting.
I mean, you can look some of that up about
I believe
the
you,
bears.
but I'd like to talk about this for a second,
But I
just for a
don't.
second. I've never watched it until this year
Okay.
because my kids were in here, and then Brett's kids were in here too. I was going to say we can say names. I don't know, whatever. But our kids were in here and switched it up. Went to YouTube.
Not sure who that is commenting in there.
Either.
Someone with a Z23.
Could be one of the
Zach,
Zacks.
is it Zach Burns?
Could be
Prob-
Zach
yeah.
Burns.
It's got a BS at the
Yep.
end. So
So what happens is the kids wanted to watch it, so we turned it on, and the guy, there's a group of guys in tuxedos and top hats
okay.
that come out in a line. They're
Yeah. Oh,
part
yeah.
of this club, the Inner Circle. They call it.
Mm-hmm.
Call it the Inner Circle.
Like the Illuminati.
They all have names, and they all have nicknames. By the way,
Okay.
like Lightning and Stormbreaker, and when they introduce themselves, they say these nicknames.
Gonna call me White Dragon.
You're not going to believe this. They're all older white guys. And
What?
yeah, I know.
No.
I know. They lay out a red carpet on a fake stump,
They've not
which
been,
is actually a cage.
they've not been canceled by cancel culture yet for
No.
not having appropriation.
So actually a cage, and then they reach in and they pull this little dude out,
Yeah.
little Phil, and like hold him up, throw him around.
Mm-hmm.
There's two scrolls on top of the. He doesn't even look for a shadow. There's two scrolls, and whichever one the guy said this word for word.
Okay.
The president has a staff, a shillelagh, if you will.
Shillelagh. That's Irish. That's not German.
Yeah, you're probably right. And he's holding this stick, and he says it gives him the ability to speak. How did he say it? Groundhog ease, I believe, is what he said. And so he takes the stick while Phil's out there, and Phil's got his nose on one scroll, nose on the other, and the guy's tapping him. And he's tapping the stump, and he's tapping Phil, and all of a sudden the dude just randomly picks one.
Oh.
And one of the scrolls says spring, and one of the scrolls says 6 more weeks of winter. That's how they pick it.
Eh.
There's no shadow.
I don't think there's a lot of science behind it.
No, it seemed culty to me. The Inner Circle, top
Yeah,
hats,
no,
rich white guys.
No, it's not culty.
No?
It's the Klan.
Oh.
You think
Where's your
So
research
you
coming
think
from?
it's racial?
I do. All white guys. I mean, you said it. All white guys.
It was all white
All
guys.
white guys.
No, I just thought it was a really
Giving
white
themselves
person thing to do.
Nicknames.
That's true.
'Cause you
Like
can't use your
lightning
name
and
and-
dragon.
Oh no, they said their names too.
Yeah, sure they did.
Well, they said
they
what
did
they
it-
said
they
their
did
names.
it.
Highly German,
Secret handshake.
superior race.
It got a little. We were watching it. I'm like, what is happening? And there was way more people than I wish were there to watch this happen.
Yeah.
I like my theory better.
Yeah. It's part of the KKK.
Yeah. So, you got anything else on groundhogs?
But no, yeah, that was my biggest part about it was that they are actually the big hibernators, the ones that actually sleep. They were saying that their way their inner clock works is like one of the most spot on clocks as far as like the seasons go.
39%.
Well, no, not guessing the weather, but when they wake up, like for mating season and stuff,
Yeah.
they'll wake up like all at the same. Like, oh, hey
Like the
guys,
alarm clock goes off.
Yeah.
Must be that time.
morning woodchuck. They call it. Sorry, that was too much, but yeah.
What
But
a
just-
great. I'm not
segue.
even mad at you right now. That was just.
But no, they really do. They have one of the best inner clocks, and they are one of the true hibernators. You know,
That was. I'm still blown away by.
Brad says he agrees with Brett on this
Yeah, well, Brad would. So, all right. My segment.
one. Not been on in a while.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Did you mess the buttons up? Oh yeah, you did the whole. Turn the volume up on it.
It is up.
What happened? The intro worked.
You know, when you press the mute button, things don't come out of the
That's
soundboard.
probably. That works.
I deserve that. So, my segment. Yeah.
What
A
happened?
couple things happened to me this week. Little things.
Brett's laughing about something else.
Brett is getting. This is the show on the side of the show. Are you getting messages?
No.
Oh,
I was looking at, I Googled, sorry, I'm sorry. I'm still stuck
if-
on the KKK stuff.
Exodus 3:14. Okay.
The I was googling Groundhog's Day and KKK,
Yeah.
and one of the articles that popped up said Joe Biden and Punxsutawney Phil both hide from the public.
So bears do hibernate, but are more of a light sleeper. Yeah, that's called not hibernating. When we were kids, we learned that hibernation meant they went to sleep and then didn't wake up.
How sweet
Until
would it be
spring.
to hibernate?
Oh, man, I try to do it as much as I can. The smaller bears actually sleep, but bigger bears are in like a light state of sleep, he says. Thanks, Chris.
Torpor. I know Torpor from ARC. So I want to talk about pet peeves today.
Okay.
Just if you guys are watching online with us, I'd like you to comment in what some of your pet peeves are. Remember to categorize this. A pet peeve can't be like a real problem. It has to be something that's really small, but then could build over time, maybe to a big problem. But it can't be like, I hate it that people are starving. Like, no, that's not a pet peeve. That's a real problem.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Yes.
That whole thing.
You get this. You guys understand where I'm going with this.
Yeah, all of my thoughts go to you. So go ahead.
Wonderful. So we're on the same page here.
When some idiot goes like, "Yeah,
Turn the
Yes,
volume
that's a
up and
perfect
down.
example. Yes. So today, I was driving, and the person in front of me was about to go through the light.
I thought you were going to say like what male,
was
female,
green.
and ethnicity. I was
No.
like, Whoa.
Yeah, it was green, right?
Okay.
They get past the yellow or the white stripe of where you're supposed to go,
Yeah.
and the light turns yellow after they're already moving past the strip.
Okay.
I'm thinking they will continue to go.
Yeah.
I might even be able to make it.
Right.
Because it just turned. This person locked up the brakes past the white line. And so I have to, and I got close to him, closer than I wanted to be. And if you don't turn right on red, that's a pet peeve for me.
Oh, okay. That's
Turn
what
right
you're
on
getting
red.
at.
So
Yeah.
then I sat there, I had to beep the horn at somebody because they wouldn't turn. Then they sat at the red light with their right turn signal on. And then they used their right turn signal to get over to the left. So maybe they were having a hard day.
It could have been
Yeah,
having a
like-
stroke.
they watched the groundhog and got 6 more weeks of winter."
Chris
They're
Jackson,
such a
people who chew with their mouth open, talk with food in their mouth, people who don't use turn signals. Noah?
Oh, hey, Noah.
Hey, Noah,
going
what's
on,
up, man? Not glad you're watching.
wait, he's over here. Hey, Noah.
Yeah.
What's going on?
People that prefer to clean their shoes or boots on the inside mat rather than just trying to stomp off most before they walk in. That's a perfect one.
That's a good one.
Like they're still trying to clean the shoe up, but yeah.
I've got one that's not. It's not always a pet peeve because I feel like it goes from year to year.
Okay.
But the preschool drop off.
What?
The preschool drop off. So where my little girl goes to preschool, she's not going to go there next year. But my son was going there before, and then my daughter's going there now, and then I'll probably have another one going there in a couple of years. Anyway, first few years, everybody was good. Pull up, you could get 3 cars, let the kids out, get in your car, you leave. Next 3 cars, pull up, they all get out, let them into the preschool, right?
Oh, people are hanging out.
This year, people are drop off illiterate. I don't know what you want to say about it. I sit in my car and I try to tell my little girl, like, don't repeat in school what daddy's saying right now. I don't cuss, but I'm just like very aggressively
Yeah.
telling people how to drop their kid off and then get back in their car and leave.
It's the same at the gas station.
They want to stand in front of the cars. They're like, oh, my kid's going, hey, let's talk for a minute. It's like,
Yeah.
there are 15 cars wanting to drop their kid off and leave. Go talk somewhere else. It's cold out. Why are you talking? But yeah, this year's been a bad one. I've been very heated. Never to their faces, always behind their back, like a true Christian. But
Yeah, gas station is similar. When someone is parked at the pump, they filled, or it's already filled and done, but they're inside shopping. And they come out with 2 bags of stuff, and you're like, who buys that much? You spent $40 on $10 worth of stuff because you went to a gas station.
Sam's Club and Costco now with their gas pumps, they made it so convenient that all of the arrows point the same direction. So you all pull in the same way.
But they don't all pull in the same way.
Drives me insane.
Yes.
They leave a middle lane open between them so you can get around and do it. You
It's
don't,
great for trailers.
everyone goes the same direction. People still come in the wrong way. But you can even park at either pump and still get the hose to the
Yep.
side of the car. you need it to.
People will stretch it all the way across. It's
And
ridiculous.
People are just so, they annoy me so much. I'm like, just follow this simple little tiny rule that has no matter except for pissing me off.
You got any, Brent?
Trying to think of one.
You don't have any pet peeves?
I probably do.
Ones he can't share right now.
White people. No, I'm just teasing.
Am I right?
Am I right?
When Brett is heated on a softball field, he does not like to be told to calm down or shut up.
I think it's just general instructions.
You don't like to be told what to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. That
Yeah.
that can hit it. That can hit at different times.
Have you ever been like about to go do a chore and then someone told you to go do it and then you lost all drive to go do it?
Yeah,
That happens to me a lot.
yeah, that's or one of those things that you were planning on doing anyway, but then they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, hey, you should do this." And you're like, "I was going to anyway, but yeah."
Like
Nah,
you get one of those. You
Now
get
I'll-
one follow-up.
I'm not going to.
Yeah. You can remind me one time. But if it's been a reasonable amount of time and you've reminded me 2 or 3 times, I'm probably going to not do it on purpose.
People
We
speeding
think
in
that's Zach
neighborhoods.
Burns. Says
Yeah.
speeding in neighborhoods. This isn't Talladega or Bristol. Slow down, Danica, and put your phone down. Phone while driving is a big one. If people are
I do that
texting.
all the time.
Texting while driving.
I'm a great texter and driver.
It's okay if you're staying in your lane. No, I'm kidding. Don't do it.
Oh,
Oh, people that want you. How do I phrase this the right way? They don't want to come out and tell you something that happened to them or like a good thing or even if it's a bad thing. They want to give you just enough information so that you will ask about it.
oh.
But then if you don't ask about it, they won't tell you and they'll be mad that you didn't ask.
Uh-oh, your wife's commenting in.
Definitely reasonable. Oh, see, yeah. There has to be a reasonable amount of time, she
See,
said,
I
for the
thought-
reminding thing.
I thought she was going to do the thing that my wife does and berate you on live Facebook.
Just let you have it right
Yeah,
there.
no, I was like, I can't see the comment. I'm like, oh, get him. Oh, she didn't get him.
Noah, when people expect their time's more valuable than yours.
Yeah. That's
But-
always pretty fun.
I forgot about the one. Oh, yeah, the one where people are like fishing for you to ask about. I'm like, don't do that. Just tell me. Obviously, I'm talking to you, so I want to hear about it.
That's a grandparent thing. Fishing for compliments kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like a grandparent will do that a lot of times. Like,
I just want you to ask me.
Yeah, I will.
Just tell me. We're right here.
But that's just, I mean, with time, everything kind of happens that way.
She said
Define.
define.
Oh, define reasonable. It's different for every task. It's undefinable.
Oh. But yeah, there's a lot of pet peeves out there, I feel like.
I always feel like an idiot afterward. Like when I get mad about things like this.
Oh,
and then later I'm like, should I really have gotten to that point?
Yeah.
You know? So my message of encouragement this week is to maybe, let it go. As
Let-
Elsa would say.
Never mind. I was getting ready to start singing.
Or
Well, everyone's is different, Christina. I said it's
I
case by
feel
case.
like this is an argument.
Yeah, Josh, it's growing into your.
She heard what I said and she was like, you know what? I am going to make a dig.
or hey, don't you guys hate it when people read your text messages and don't text you back?
We talked about
That
this
is a
last
pet
week.
peeve.
Yeah.
If you learn, this is a comment from Zach. We think if you learned how to text and drive with a 2005 flip phone, you can text and drive because you learned the keyboard without looking at the keyboard.
That's true.
This new generation, absolutely not.
I hate it when I pull up to a stoplight and somebody's like on their steering wheel looking at their phone. I'm just
Yes.
like, oh gosh, please don't do that.
It was a real problem for me when phones switched from like real keys to the screen because you could just phone under the desk.
Well, like
I could text. I could write a book without looking.
like BlackBerry had the click on the screen. Remember when they had the screen?
I never had a BlackBerry.
Well, they made one that didn't have the actual buttons, but they still made it to where you could click the screen.
Oh,
So it felt like a, they were like, oh yeah, we got to keep it real. Hey, Clay, what's going on?
Clay, I have a creative idea for us later. We need to talk. I don't want to say it out loud because I want the reveal to be magical, and I hope you're down. But
Involves with Joey murder.
do you have my phone number? Does he have my number? Do you have
I've
his
got
number,
it. I'll
Josh?
say it on the live.
Will you just send it to him?
I'll text it in the live.
Do you have
real
Clay's
quick.
number?
859-555-5555.
Do you have Clay's number?
Yeah, I got
I think
Clay's
Oh yeah,
that's
will you
Blake-
send him
I think
mine?
that's Blake Mason. 444.
Oh yeah. 444. Call
So-
Blake
I
Mason.
think
Chris, I've gotten a lot better on the phone. Ask me about my emails though. I'm about to break 100,000 unread
Oof.
emails on my
that's
Gmail.
what you want to hear from your senior pastor.
No, that's on my not professional email. I have a personal one and a professional one. You should always email the J Butch one.
My wife has like 4,500 in her phone. I'm just like, I could not stand red dots on my phone.
I'm
It
really
drives me
bad
crazy.
at reading a message and going, "Oh, that's cool," and then like getting onto something else immediately, and then
Yeah.
forgetting to text back.
Yeah, that he put that one. That's his prayer chain email.
That's why I don't handle some of those things.
hmm
Oops a daisy.
I do have one.
Hey.
When there's no reason for like stop traffic, like there's no accident, there's literally nothing. It's just people not driving.
Or just an accident in the other side of the freeway, and everybody in your side of the freeway stopping.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? There's a wall between us.
Yes.
What's Andrew saying? Self what?
Self checkout.
Self checkout.
Oh,
Dude, I love self checkout. I love zipping right through there and not having to depend
but you
on
still
a
have to pay
cashier.
the same. You still have to pay the same prices to not pay a
It
worker.
saves me time. I'm gaining time back.
Yeah, but
Do you know how long it takes to sit there and wait for someone
they're
their
gaining
first
more
job?
money though.
It does. I don't care. It's
They're-
saving me time. Time is more precious to me.
I don't know.
Also, I remember right before self checkout, and those lanes weren't exactly all open.
No.
So I don't notice a huge difference between how many actual cashiers are in the store, and there's always a cashier working the self checkout,
yeah.
and they always have to go to almost everyone's. What I struggle with self checkout is people that go through it that have no business
Yeah,
going
looking
to
at
the
a
self
computer.
checkout. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? You know this is terrible for you.
Yeah.
Just go to the lane that's open and let
So
us
old
through.
people are your pet peeves.
It's not always old people. I want to go to
Talking
the.
about
Have you
bad
seen?
drivers? Talking about people that can't use a self checkout. Talking about
Well, if you want to, segregate those groups, but I'm not gonna. Have you seen the Amazon store and how they do it? Cameras everywhere. I don't know if this thing closed or not already.
oh
but
yeah, where you go in and you just pick it up and put it in your cart and it scans.
when
it
you
as you're
go
putting
in,
it
you
your
like
cart.
scan your phone and it logs you in your account basically, and you just grab stuff and leave.
Yeah,
And the cameras see what you take and they
charges you
charge
for
your
it.
Amazon account for
Yep.
it.
Don't have to deal with any people. You just walk in, grab your stuff, and just walk out.
Amazon's
Yes.
going to take over the world.
I'm pretty sure they already did.
Possibly.
No.
Wait for the blimps. I can't wait for the blimps that have the drone
Zach.
delivery drones.
He's way behind. Red dot's got to go on the notifications on your phone. So
Oh yeah. I don't hate old people. I mean, the bad old people maybe, but
it's like an election thing. It's like Trump is like Joey Butch hates old people.
I just got clipped. Is that what just happened? Like out of context sentence. All right, I'll get off the pet peeve.
No,
thing.
that's good. Pet peeves are a good. That's a reoccurring subject.
Yeah, we'll come back to that one, I'm sure, because
Just got to make a bigger list.
Joey's anti-AARP.
how old do you have to be to get AARP?
62?
Is it 2 or 5?
Something like that.
think
I don't
it's
know,
like
man. It
65.
changes all the time.
I think it's 62.
I don't know.
You got something, Brett?
Yeah.
Story time with Brett.
Wait, Andrew's got something to put in that last segment.
What do
There.
you say?
You have to read it because I can't see from my
He said, y'all are suckers. They lit off a quarter of the workforce, got you to do the work, and you're happy to do it.
He got you there.
Hey, things advance.
That's
mean,
what I was trying to say, but I couldn't really pull the words.
We
So
buy
thanks,
cars at
Andrew.
cheaper price because they automate the system, and people don't tend to complain
We're
about
gonna- we're
paying
gonna
less
have
for a car.
Robot,
Huh?
robo pastor.
Yeah, you pay less for the car, but you don't pay less for the food. You're still paying the same prices, higher prices, and you made your own argument.
What do you mean?
You just said they automate stuff so you can buy a car cheaper.
Yes,
They
the
automate
service should be
stuff at
better.
they automate the service at the store, but you don't get it cheaper. You're paying more.
It's not automated. I'm doing it, right?
Well, you're doing the work that they.
Yeah, it
pay
saves my
somebody else.
time.
So they're getting you twice. You're doing. They're
No,
laying.
no,
they're
no. It's
saving
all
money
about
on the work.
time. It's all about time.
You're
Argument doesn't
saving-
make sense.
No. Time is all about what it's saving. I don't. It's
Well,
not. I
with
don't,
the car, you're saving too, but you're also
So-
saving money.
but I'm not
You said.
saving
Here,
time by who makes my car.
I've got this.
Go for it.
Brett's
Sorry.
calling for a clear out.
Yeah.
55 for AARP. We're both wrong.
So
oh wow.
That's way younger than I thought.
so you're putting single mom of 5 out of a job because she relies on working at Walmart cashing people out, but you're choosing to use
yeah, it's
self
the
checkout.
it's the argument behind as technology advances, how do we continue to carve out spaces for how do I say this the right way? The right way to say it's non-skilled, but I don't mean it to sound as terrible as it sounds.
Non-skilled labor.
Yeah. So like, there's a division of labor that, as technology increases, we can do it with technology, and so we have to find out how are we going to work this out. Where if we're replacing that segment of labor with tech, there's a whole group of people all of a sudden that don't have income, and so how do we reapply that to help them?
I hear what you're saying, but
Yeah.
they're her hungry 5 children.
Yeah,
Feel
but
what you're saying.
advancement is always going to win out. I mean, that's just how
That's
the world works.
And I feel like it goes in that same argument of like a McDonald's worker being like, I don't make enough to survive on. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, because you work at
You,
McDonald's.
you
That's not
shouldn't
to
work,
survive
make
on
enough
that.
to, yeah, like you should.
Anyway, Brett.
No, we're in a good discussion
Yeah,
there.
that's
That's well, Elon Musk talks about that a lot. He thinks there should be a universal basic income eventually because people that have those non-skilled labor jobs aren't going to be able to do much anymore because technology is going to take it over. I don't know I don't know how I feel about universal basic income, but we're really getting into
we need
the
more
weeds.
plumbers.
Also, there are trades and things, but there will always be a baseline of those jobs open. But you're right; it's a hard discussion when it comes to like technology taking over some of those jobs, especially with like the chat GPT. Is that what it is? Have you guys read about that?
Oh,
Yeah.
It's the AI
thing.
that can like write a song or a book like in a second, and or a paper, and it's like really good.
Clay says Joey hates Santa Claus.
It's tough. It's a tough discussion, but I do love self checkout. Sorry, Andrew. I just love the convenience of it. You aren't replacing her with tech. You're replacing her with another.
That was another comment.
Yeah, I was reading.
Well,
Sorry, I couldn't see it from
the tech
I put
there
my
is
stand right in the way.
the kiosk you use, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm interacting with a person almost the same way I'm just scanning my own items, which I don't. That's nice not having another person touch
what
all
I'm
my
hearing
stuff,
is
anyways.
You're for big corporations.
Chris is right. They never had enough cashiers anyway.
So you're buying their product for the same price, and you're cutting out their workforce, which is also saving them money. So
Which
congratulations.
now you can get Kroger's delivered to your house. So
And,
Oh,
now,
that
and
is
now
great.
the Denver Broncos are signing Russell Wilson to $250 million contracts because you're buying your crap at Walmart and checking it out on your own. Thanks, Joey.
What does Walmart have to do with Broncos?
Self-checkout, Walmart.
Brett found one of his pet peeves.
Yes, we
it
got
worked
there.
its way out. Yeah.
Oh,
So speaking of
great
football,
discussion.
yeah. Speaking of Russell Wilson, he sucks. But Joe Burrow
He's
does
so
not.
bad. Joe's not.
Joe Burrow, on the other hand,
Yeah,
is
You
the
know,
quarterback of.
he's
You know what's
really,
funny?
really good.
I was always saying he looked like Macaulay Culkin from Home Alone.
and they
But
does.
you know who he looks more like?
I don't.
The rich kid from Little Rascals. The little
Oh,
blonde kid that was taking away
with the
Darla.
glasses.
Yeah, he looks way more like that kid.
He's also the.
I haven't seen that movie.
yeah, you're not in the discussion.
I haven't seen that one. I'm
he's,
sorry.
He's the kid, and he plays in Full House too. If you've seen Full House,
yeah, he's a little Poindexter dude.
I'm sorry. The Broncos have did Sean Payton sign with the Broncos?
yeah. They
I missed that.
Traded for him.
What did you say?
Why does Clay think I hate old women, old ladies?
Oh,
Because they mainly work at grocery stores.
because you were talking about driving.
I
pet
worked at a
peeves.
grocery. I was a
Is that-
cashier at Walmart for a year and,
and
a
then
half.
he got fired because I put in the self checkouts.
That's not what happened.
Anyway,
Joe Burrow,
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Joe Burr.
Cincinnati Bengals
Joe
quarterback.
Shiesty.
For those that you don't know sports,
Yeah, like Josh.
Man's
That's
got
Josh telling
ice in
you.
his veins.
If you
sports ball.
so he's about ready to sign probably a super large contract. Hopefully not. Hopefully takes a team friendly deal, goes the Tom Brady route.
That would be great.
But I think he's going to sign a big giant contract. Let's say $40 million a year. That's probably too low.
For
but
like 10 years.
yeah.
That would be the hometown discount.
What would you do with $40 million a year?
How much of that are you getting after taxes?
No, I'm just saying $40 million. If you could win the lottery every year for
So
10
what?
years, $40
Half?
million.
Let's say we're getting half. So you got $20 million a year.
Generally, yeah, it's
Okay.
usually a little over half. But
Yeah. So if I had,
60%.
oh, you go first, Josh.
So basically, it would boil down to about $25 million a year.
Sure.
I would do nothing. Well, if it was lottery, I mean, if I was a quarterback, I would have to play, football and stuff like
I would
that.
find all the cashiers that got fired because of self checkout and hire them
You
to
wouldn't
work
have enough
around my.
money.
Hire him to clean your house in little maid costumes.
I'm not sure the group exists to the extent that we think it does.
But no, like I would build a house because I feel like I could get by if I could keep myself from needing the fancy stuff, get by with building a nice house away from everybody else and just living there. Like just having fun on a ranch, like Yellowstone or something crazy like
Private
that.
jet? You getting a PJ?
No, I don't even need a private jet because I'm just going to stay there. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm getting old and crotchety. Like the wife was like, "Hey, your 40th birthday's coming up this year. Let's go to Vegas." And I'm like, I don't want to do stuff. Like I just want to lay around. Like I don't. That's how I want to celebrate my 40. You know. But yeah, I just want to chill. I want to retire and just go chill on a cool spot, go fishing,
Podcast all day.
go hunt. I mean, I wouldn't even need a podcast at that point.
Just
Like,
for fun.
You do it to
Imagine
get fame.
the studio you could have, though.
Yeah, I would have a pretty killer.
It would be just top notch.
and I could pay for viewers. You know, like these guys are pretty cheap that we have now. But like, I could pay for
Did
like
you just
real
call our audience
good.
cheap?
Yeah, they don't cost a lot. Like
Our love don't cost a thing.
I could pay a lot more and get better fans.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. We got a pretty good group going on tonight.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming in.
we're
so far,
retaining
guys.
here, so nice to have y'all.
Is Clay Parks not a Bengals fan?
I that would be odd because he's from isn't he from Ohio?
He's up north though.
Yeah, but
he's up around the Browns.
So,
is he a Brown?
I didn't say he's a Browns fan. I just said he's
Okay,
a Browns.
Clay,
Clay,
are you a
declare your
Browns
fandom immediately.
And while we have people viewing, make sure to go back after the show's over and listen to our new intro.
Do you want me to play it?
No. We got a new intro. Go back to the beginning and watch the whole episode
And
again.
tell other people to listen.
More views.
I don't mean to go churchy on you guys, but that's what I would do with it. I'm being straight honest. So
You would buy a church and then
yes, no. I'd put a lot of it into ministry
okay.
in buildings and
That's a good-
initiatives and
It's a good vague term.
Yeah. Well, because
Ministry.
it would be a lot of different things. Like I'd love to have a community center. I'd love to have a worship center. I'd
Yep.
love to do more in regards to partnering with organizations to feed, clothe, help people get jobs, housing,
Cure the
cheap
blind.
rental, like stuff that's approachable that you could do with. If I had $20 million a year.
Yeah.
So let's just say you cut, and this would be ridiculous, but you cut $1 million of that off just to live on.
Yeah.
Like you're good, you're going to be fine, and then you take the other 19 or whatever's left.
Thanks for plugging that, Clay. That's true.
Yeah, he's right. You take the other 19 or whatever's left, and you just do ministry with it. You do disaster relief and missions trips. Like you could, it would be the freedom that would bring you to do ministry would be pretty great.
Yeah.
Non-ministry, I'd pay off my house and buy
Buy a lake.
a lot of property. I'd make offers to the people that lived around me. They're okay. Like they're not bad neighbors. I don't mean that way, but I mean like I'd like to own how cool would it be to own like 1,000 acres all connected.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you buy a big piece of property
Yeah.
and chill. Like, that's
So we
my
have
thought.
50 together. Like I have 5, my sister has 5, my dad has the 40 back there.
Yeah.
So like I think the farm behind us is like a 200-acre one. I'd make that guy an offer. I'd be offering people.
I would buy property away from an airport. It's convenient to have an airport nearby so you
So
can fly places.
Come down to Dry Ridge, man.
But
I don't
dude,
hear airplanes.
It's so loud at our house.
Except today a Black Hawk went over.
Ooh.
Yeah. Low too. But yeah,
I was gonna say comments.
I would want to. I'd put most of it to helping people. Oh, and then personally, privately, I'd have a sick vintage Harley Davidson collection.
You'd
I already have a
basically-
boat, Chris.
He said you'd basically be the Salvation Army.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Good job, Andrew.
Clay is not. Clay is not letting know his allegiances be known.
That means the
Yeah.
Browns. You know.
Selfishly, if I was going to spend some of that on myself, I would have an awesome collection of
Baseball cards.
no vintage Harley Davidsons
That'd be cool.
and a blacksmith shop better than what I currently have, which is outside.
And pay a blacksmith to do all the work for you.
No. I want to do the work. That's like I like that part.
Wait, what do you want, Brett? Well, you're $40 million a year.
40
20.
million,
Well, after taxes.
whatever. I would definitely buy a house like in Montana.
Montana?
Joe Montana. Yeah, I would have multiple houses, I believe.
Yeah,
For sure.
like
Definitely.
a compound almost, or
Something
a
on the
neighborhood.
ocean.
Buy a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Something on the ocean. Something away from people. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I would also, I don't know, I'd definitely live in South Bend during the football season. And I'd be going to the football games.
Yeah,
But then also I'd fly back to Cincinnati and be going to the Cincinnati the Bengals.
Yeah.
Like a lot of sports stuff.
Like
I think.
season tickets. Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot. I would
buy
definitely.
a team. No, you couldn't buy a team for that little.
No,
bit.
not
Yeah,
no.
that's too
You
cheap.
might. No, you probably
Part-
couldn't even be a
part
minority
owner?
owner. I don't know if you could. I'd pay my family's like houses off, like my parents and my sister. Like I'd
Hey man,
Foot
you got to
those
watch
bills.
about that kind of. Upchurch, that country rapper. He just had a big thing go down to where his
What?
mom stole $1 million and bought 2 houses and signed them over to her name with his money, and he just found out
I
about
feel
it.
like that can only happen if you.
Well, he gave him jobs within his company, so because he's like, oh yeah, I'll give you a job.
It's his dad too.
And his dad too. His dad and his mom
Oh.
both were, and he was like doing stuff for him all the time, and they still stole $1 million and bought 2 houses with it
Clay
and signed it over to them.
Clay really doesn't know me well. Clay, I do a lot of things with my hands, man. I build things.
I don't
He's
know
handy.
what to do with my hands.
I would not give money to my sister.
You wouldn't like pay off their houses.
No.
Hey, so you're getting $20 million a year, and let's say on the high end their house is $400,000,
Screw them.
and they owe $280 on it. You're not gonna go like, hey, let me cover that for you.
Hey.
Come on now,
No, screw them.
I've always said
Clay.
this.
They would take the money.
I've always said this if I ever won the lottery. They'd be like, "Oh, would you just give your family a bunch of money?" I'd be like, "No, you can't give us people money. We would be wasting it."
No, I'm not saying
Immediately.
I would give them a ton of like I would. I probably would actually. I'm lying. Like
I would-
I'd probably
I've
bankroll
looked
my sister and my parents. I probably would.
That's when I say you start a trust where they get paid basically.
Yes.
So you
Yeah.
don't give them a lump sum of money.
Yes.
Because then it's all ruined. But you
Yes.
give them a thing where they get a paycheck every couple weeks or every month.
No, that's what I was gonna say to do with like my kids and my nieces. Like
trust.
just
Your
yeah,
pastor.
yeah. When they turn
Yeah.
18, they get like a stipend. Is
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
is that the right word?
Stipend?
Stipend. Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah,
Is
it's
that
a
is that
payout thing. I've
turtle?
known people to set them up to where like
Snapper.
you have to pass drug tests to be able to get from the trust. Like I've known of people to do that before.
I love that
And, like,
Noah's
set-
in the room and just keeps commenting in. That's pretty great. Thanks, Noah.
Oh no, I took investing as like obviously you're gonna call a lawyer and like set up a good investment to continue to make money off your money.
I wonder if we could buy Ghost Energy drink, like the entire.
We'll probably make
company.
our own.
Entire company.
Yeah.
Probably so. I don't know. You'd have to save up a few.
Is she watching,
Few
Rosemary?
years.
I didn't know that, but I mean it. I would do that.
Yeah, she is.
How do you know she's watching?
Oh, my sister's watching.
Oh,
Oh, she was talking about you. I'm sorry. I thought she was talking to
talking
me.
about your sister.
I saw one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would totally take care of her kids and my kids.
Just- If I had it,
yeah,
I would probably pay your house off. I'm not even kidding.
yeah. And then there's like a couple people that I work with that I'd be
Yeah.
like, hey, just retire. Like,
Yeah. There's some people on my list that I'd be like I'd probably put $1 million aside to just help people like that.
Yeah.
Just like random fundage.
yeah.
Because
I would
Why
just
not?
pay people like the people that I like to like hang out with. me.
hey man, if you go on this vacation with me, I'll give you 10 grand.
Hey, quit your job and hang out with me all day, like every day.
Like Bam Margera.
Yeah,
Go to
yeah.
Notre
With their
Dame games
buddies.
with me
Yeah.
and just hang out. Let's do it. I'm in.
I don't
Sign
feel
up.
like going to the game. It's like, oh, you want to be cut off? Like you're going to the game with me.
That's
Right.
literally your job.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, 40 million. That'd be nice, man.
40 mil, yeah. So at the end, you'd have at the end of your career 200 million. Then you're not getting any for the rest of your life. Noah's right.
Well,
You'd have
and-
to invest part of that.
And that's just your contract. You could still do deals with Nike, if you're
I'm
a
assu-
sports person.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming
yeah,
we
so-
just have his money and not his fame.
Right.
Yeah. You just have his money,
Oh,
not
yeah.
the fame.
Well, I can
I
handle
got a
that.
follow up. This could be another
Oh,
segment. but
okay.
It's getting late.
We
What
are
would-
53 minutes
What
in.
would you do for $1 million? Like, would you kill somebody for $1 million?
For $1 million or for
Or I mean,
40?
40 million. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty expensive for a murder. You can usually get somebody for about 10 grand to kill somebody.
So
You just
I've
pay
heard.
Somebody,
I've
you just
heard.
pay
I don't-
somebody else.
if you kill somebody,
Yeah, sure, I'll get that done.
you go to jail for so you can't use the money.
You
So
don't
that's
know
a waste.
if you get caught.
You get caught.
No, you don't always get caught. You not watch Dexter?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would
TV
hire
shows.
Dexter to.
Michael C. Hall.
What a great show, though. Like that's
Dexter?
like the perfect.
I love vigilante justice.
Yeah.
I loved Batman as a child. Vigilante justice is wonderful to watch and think about. It's not great in real life because who gets to decide.
Well, like when I was binge watching
What's brilliant,
Dexter,
Andrew? He said something was brilliant.
one of our ideas. It was probably mine. No, I had to quit watching Dexter back in the day. I was binge watching it
Yeah?
back in the day, and I was thinking of ways to kill my coworkers.
Oh,
Not that I hated
wow.
them, but I was just like, I I bet I could get rid of that guy.
This is like the kid that had the hit list at the school and
Yeah,
then
I had to
was
stop
allowed to go
watching.
back to school.
I had to stop watching. But I haven't worked there in a long time, so it's cool now. It's statute of limitations on thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not illegal to think about killing somebody, right?
And when you tell people on a live broadcast,
Yeah.
I guess.
I wouldn't suggest thinking about it.
Yeah.
But
It was joking. JK, everybody.
I would like to say, that I would not give up my morals for 40 mil. But I mean, not saying I would.
I gave up my morals for far less.
But the thing is, like, I think there's a lot of good you could do with $40 million. So like that would be the inner conflict for me would be like, okay, is this one terrible thing worth not doing the good that $40 million could bring people?
I think we're back to who runs the groundhog game. Talking about your morals and like
Yeah.
the greater good of it, though. I mean,
Yeah. Oh,
that's a good segment. I like that.
yeah. Way to go, Brett.
It's fun when people talk about getting free money.
Yeah.
Be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Win the Waddawee.
Yeah. So,
Let's bless somebody.
With your heart.
guy in front of me at the gas station today bought $31 scratch offs,
Wow.
and the lady behind the counter was struggling to count to 30.
Wait. That's funny.
She counted them 7 times.
Why would he do that? Why would he just get like a $20 one?
I don't
That's
know
a
how
bigger
I don't know how
payout.
lottery tickets work, so scratch offs work.
Maybe he had something going on. I'm gonna fix something here.
Oh, Andrew said paying your best friends to hang is brilliant.
Oh, that's the brilliant thing.
Clay, 40 mil, name it, Brett, and it's done. It's like, kill Joey.
Nah, he would do that for free.
That's on the house.
Yeah.
You get an extra one.
He's like, you get this one and another one.
Buy one, get one. It's BOGO on hit contracts. Oh. All right, well, bless somebody. We've done a similar story to this before, but it involved heavy drug use.
Oh, did it really?
Yes, that was the reason that person. Yeah, so
Oh. That was one
one's
of our
from-
first episodes as well. I think.
yeah, really early on. This one comes from Iowa, the wonderful state of Iowa. A woman presumed dead found gasping for air at Iowa funeral home. Boom. A continuing care home in suburban Des Moines, Iowa. It's Des Moines, right? Or not Des Moines?
Des Moines.
You don't say the S? Des
It's like,
Moines.
It's like Louisville.
It's Des Moines.
Louisville?
Yeah. Has been fined $10,000 after a funeral home discovered a woman sent to it in a body bag was still alive. The Iowa Department of Inspection and Appeals, that's properly named, said it in a report filed Wednesday that the 66-year-old woman was declared dead at Glen Hoax Alzheimer's Special Care Center in Urbandale on January 3rd. The woman, whose name has not been released, had early onset dementia, anxiety, and depression and had been in hospice care since December 28th. She was placed in a zipped body bag and taken to the Ankeny Funeral Home and Crematory, where workers found that she was still breathing and called 911, the report said. She was then taken to Mercy Westlakes Hospital, where she was breathing but unresponsive. The woman ultimately returned to hospice care, where she died on January 5th with her family by her side, according to the report. A Glen Oaks staff member who had worked a 12-hour shift was on the team caring for the woman, told investigators she first reported to a nurse practitioner early January 3rd that she was not breathing and had no pulse. The nurse practitioner, who had cared for the woman throughout the night, was also unable to find a pulse and said that the woman was not breathing. She continued to assess her for about 5 more minutes and then determined that she was dead. She was declared dead about 6 a.m. And 90 minutes after the staff's first report was when she got to the funeral home, and they opened the body bag and found her gasping for air.
That's fun.
Yeah, the Department of Inspections and Appeal found the care center failed, this is quote, failed to provide adequate direction to ensure appropriate cares and services were provided. That's a nice way of saying they misdiagnosed her dead.
Done messed up.
Yeah.
Prove it.
Yeah. Lisa, I almost said Lisa wrong. Lisa Eastman, executive director of Glen Oaks Alzheimer's Special Care Center, said in a statement that the center cares deeply about its residents and remains committed to supporting end-of-life care. They really support end-of-life care.
Man.
They bring it on whenever.
Well, the other girl we talked about was like a lot younger, right?
Yeah, she
She was like in her 20s or something.
I think she had died from a drug overdose, and they had Narcaned her, but it like didn't work, and they thought she was dead, and then it worked
So she got
afterward.
back in the morgue, yeah.
She was in the ambulance, I think, and then got to the morgue. Yeah. So yeah, they were fined for mishandling situation, and the lady still passed, but she was, in hospice, so she was that going that direction. This probably didn't help.
They just got tired of her shuffling her feet around. Like, come on.
Yeah.
All I have to say is That's why you call in the doctor, not the nurse practitioner. Am I right, Kellen?
Oh.
Am I
Am
right?
I right,
Am I
Dr.
right,
Williams?
Kellen?
Oh.
Yeah. Am I right?
That I don't want to get into
No
that.
offense to those that are, nurse practitioners, but
Right. You're no doctor.
This is a quote. A first responder could be heard saying, "Just so you know, this female was transported there deceased." Oh, my webpage reloaded. Sorry. And she is no longer that way. They are in the chapel and she is on a cot.
So usually they make two people verify.
It sounds like they had two people there.
Yeah.
It said they both could not find a pulse and declared her dead. She was also non-responsive. Like, I'm assuming they did this is gross, but like a lot of times they'll like poke your eye. And
With a stick.
if there's no reaction, like that's a big sign that you're probably dead.
growing up as kids, that's what we always used to stick.
Get a stick.
Poked them. So if they went,
A shillelagh, if you will.
oh,
Oh, a little callback.
little
Claire.
callback commercial anyway.
Rosemary's got a good point here. Bless the person that was declared them dead because they in trouble.
Persons.
You get fired, right?
I don't know.
This is bad.
Depends.
This is bad press.
It wasn't Florida, so now they might get fired. I
Iowa.
don't know.
They have standards in Iowa.
If here's the question: if you're the family of the deceased, are you suing?
Yes.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put my grandma in a body bag alive.
We'll be like, look,
Yeah.
$40 million.
I took off work for
I'll
the
take it.
funeral,
I'll
and
take
then
it.
she lived for 4 more days, and now I
Yeah.
got to take off work again.
You owe me $40 million and 3 days of bereavement.
Yeah.
We shouldn't laugh.
no, we should. But and I mean, she was relatively young. I think it said she was in her 60s.
66.
Yeah, so that's earlier than what you'd want someone to go at. But like, what a terrible last couple of days. Like, declared dead, zipped up, and we don't know if she even realized that it happened to her.
Right,
But even if there's an off chance that she did, that's not okay.
right.
So we got to bless
I
somebody
think I'll
here.
go with Rosemary on this one.
Yeah, yeah.
You think so? I think she did
The
it right
people
too.
that were supposed to
Yeah.
declare.
So people who messed up.
Pod bless your heart, sweetie.
People that messed up. Bless your heart, sweetie. Shoot, I tell you what.
I had a terrible day at work today, hon. I declared someone dead that wasn't.
Yeah. Do you like the family's going to be moving in our house soon?
Yeah, they own it now.
We had a real come to Jesus moment today.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh no, somebody wasn't dead,
Yeah.
and they came back to life. Or
And then
Declared
she
them
went to
dead.
Jesus and then came back.
yeah,
Ugh.
there's some wordplay in there somewhere that could be really funny.
That could have been. That joke
Should
could
have
have been.
worked that out a little bit before
I don't
the
know.
That
show.
joke
I
could've
thought it
been
was
great.
dead on arrival.
No,
Oh, bang bang, and then it wasn't.
there wasn't guns.
But then you brought it back.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Brought it back.
So yeah, good times. Thanks for listening once again.
Hold on. What do you think the person at the morgue
That's because that's your worst nightmare, right? I thought about that as the person we bless. You unzip, you're just working. You got your headphones in, you're just rocking out. It's someone from hospice. You expect people to come from hospice, and you unzip the bag, and the person goes, like,
I can
I'm-
only imagine what was
I'm,
said.
You're just
I'm
sitting there,
freaking
sitting
out.
there doing stuff, and you're just listening. Only in America, just like jamming out a little bit.
It reminded me of The Office when Dwight's like, "We make sure our dead are dead."
Yeah, this guy throws with a shotgun. Yeah. Oh,
Sister Lazarus.
Yeah.
That's good.
if you have a 30-year career in a morgue, that's happening to you one time, right?
If you have a 30-year career in a morgue, you've got more problems than you need anyway. That
Hey,
probably
they're
didn't-
providing a necessary service.
It probably wouldn't even affect them.
Okay.
They're just like,
necessary service.
Another one.
I knew it would
Yeah.
happen eventually.
It's okay, guys. I don't feel anymore. So
Hey, somebody to talk to, finally.
yeah. Oh, how are you?
Welcome.
It's a slow shift.
Andrew would crap his pants. Andrew, I would crap your pants.
I think
I
I would
think.
crap your pants.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yes.
Like I said at the end of the show, go back and listen to our new intro. We pieced together a fun intro.
Do it.
We're trying to make some fun changes around here, but hopefully it'll be even better next week. Do some tweaking on it, make it even cooler.
Yep.
Took a bunch of you'll see. It's pretty great. And then while you're at it, just go ahead and listen to the whole episode again.
Do it.
Yeah.
Lindsay, that'd be the last day of my job if that happened to me. I'm going on disability after that. I got PTSD. I can't work anymore. Like, check, please. I'm out.
Rosemary in therapy.
Therapy today. Like walking straight out of the morgue, straight to the therapist. Hey guys, I need one of you to talk to me for an hour. I don't care what the rate is.
Oh, fun show, guys.
Yeah, share it. Tell people. Tell them about Thursday nights.
Oh, yeah.
Spread this thing.
Leave a rate and review. Congratulations to all of our friends that had kids the past 3 days.
Yeah.
We got 2 Gregorys that had kids, and Osborne that normally comments
Whoop.
in, and Emily. They had a kid. But yeah, if you're on
Babies.
Facebook, go out there and leave a. It's not a rate and review. It's a recommendation. You can go to our Facebook page that you're already on, and you can leave a recommendation of like, hey, this show's pretty okay.
Yeah, don't expect $40 million from us if you can't even review or recommend.
I mean, if it's a good review, maybe.
Hey, if the show gets big, we can always respect the people who were there in the beginning. That's you
The
guys.
OGs,
Yeah,
the
so,
originals.
Yeah, Chris is definitely getting paid.
Chris is getting a check. But that's all I got. You guys got anything else? All right.
I gotta pee.
Yeah, I'm Joey.
I'm Josh.
I'm Brett.
And there's Noah over there.
You know what?
And this is Podbless.
Yeah, I should not wear jeans tonight. They're a little snug.
Yeah, bad call.
I've been having short breaths and stuff.
Are they not the stretchy ones?
They are. That's the problem. They're not stretching anymore.